What's up, boys and girls? Old Uncle Toot back with you once again. So today we're going to take a quick look at gold. I looked at this briefly in my 18 chart extravaganza on my channel last week. I'll put a link at the end for you to see that, so go ahead and check that out at the end. Currently, this is the daily outlook, price action between 2020 and present day. I highlighted in that video last week around this area that we were breaking out of a potential ending diagonal, and it is still remains potential, but should it be, we would expect a retracement the length of the ending diagonal in a swift manner. So far, so good, right? And this is an odd shaped diagonal, so if we did not actually swiftly retrace the entirety of that ending diagonal, it wouldn't totally surprise me for it to continue on in that manner. I would say that we have already swiftly retraced the majority of it all the way to the area of the terminus of wave 2 of the ending diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is ending. The most important part of Elliott Wave, of course, is being able to identify when a pattern has completed, and that is where an ending diagonal can be quite useful. So if we have correctly identified that ending diagonal, we are showing the completion of a three-wave, what I would consider sideways move. However, this is a multiple zigzag, as this wave and this wave consist of zigzags, and we had not taken out the high of the previous of the W. Now, a zigzag or multiple zigzag is typically a sharp corrective pattern where the second actionary leg will create a price extreme relative to the first, whereas in a sideways corrective style, the second corrective leg usually ends in the area of the first corrective leg. So currently we are, I would say, in the area of the first corrective leg. If we have misidentified this ending diagonal, I do not think that we have, this could easily progress down to the 1500-ish area and still be within the realm of the same count, so the overall perspective would remain the same. Let's look at that now. Okay, so the larger degree perspective, we're out here on the 4-day chart, and we're looking back to the swing low of 2016. Now, 2015. Now, what we see here is a simple wave count where we have one impulsive wave, a second impulsive wave, and then a third impulsive wave. So any completed pattern that would have 3 impulsive waves would be a completed motive wave, but we can see that there is no completed pattern to this point. And as I just told you, the most important thing in Elliott Wave is to be able to discover the completion of a pattern. So if we do not have the resolution or potential resolution of the count, then we should continue on in the direction of this trend at the resolution of this corrective wave, even if it was somehow a zigzag, because as labeled, once this impulsive wave does finish at the high, it would be unlikely, but that could complete a zigzag for an A, B, and then C. However, we do not have resolution of that count. So when we are looking at this wave count, we have the basic options that are the most probable expectations. Both go in the upward direction at the resolution of this count. It is majorly important then to be a potential buyer of this chart, as I have been stressing to you for quite a while now. So it is very important to realize that we have an unresolved count to the upside, whether we are overall bearish or bullish. That does not mean, again, that this wave cannot retrace into this area and remain the same idea. It will invalidate when it takes out the high of this wave 1. However, if we return to this channel, I'll be very doubtful that of my current thinking. Now, let's see if we think that on the lower degree, we really have completed this ending diagonal and we are now continuing on to all-time highs right away. Okay, down here on the hourly chart, we have both optimism and concern. What we have showing here is a completed 3-wave move off the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and then another impulse to this level. So this doesn't mean that this is a completed wave. It just means that we have 3 waves complete. So unlike the large degree where we have a clear unresolved look, we could potentially have a resolved zigzag at this level. Channels perfectly, labels perfectly. Whether you put it here or here, irrelevant to me. This is a clear potential. Now, optimism. That would be the pessimism, but the optimism would be that this move appears to be corrective from this level. In fact, it appears to be a sideways corrective, which could be a bullish sign. Again, I don't know if you'd want to come down here and call this the 5th wave of that move. If you would, then again, that could be more pessimistic, as this looks more like a C wave or a wave. Could have been an A wave. Retraced to 50%. For the purpose of this video, we won't concern ourselves with that. We'll just have to hope and pray. Now, let us look for algorithmic activity. Okay, so as expected, we'll have to take an extension pull from this level. Do not fret if this does break, but as you see, reaction directly here. If this does break, you can pull back to this swing, but we are reacting at the 50. That is a good sign. We would love to go up, complete another wave before an external retracement. Then we would have a completed 5-swing move, or remain internal with multiple more swings. Where we will become bearish on the hourly chart is if we break the corrective channel significantly and do not return quickly. So we're at that area, sort of a crossroads. If you break out of this, then consider this a completed zigzag, and we will potentially, whether we go down to make an X wave and then go up, or whatever it may be, but I would imagine, have lower lows before new all-time highs. So keep an eye on the hourly chart. If we break out of this channel before going up and creating a new high, that could be a rough sign. However, if we go up and create a new high, our theory that all-time highs are on the way is even more strengthened. But this is going to be key, the hourly chart. All right, guys, I think that's a good look on gold today, and we'll definitely be updating this in the Discord. All right, toot out.